Today on Fakir's Workout, we're going to talk nutrition, and specifically we're going to talk about bread. And we're going to talk about this bread here called Ezekiel 4:9. Now, I'm a personal trainer. I know quite a bit about nutrition. However, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor. So this is just for informational purposes, and I suggest you consult with your medical professional before you make any radical changes to your nutritional intake. Okay, so let's get back to this bread here. The first thing, Ezekiel 4:9, which is a Bible verse in the Old Testament of the Bible, and I'll just say it right from the beginning, you do not have to be a Christian, Jewish, Hebrew Israelite, or to enjoy the benefits of this bread. So with that being said, let's continue with the Bible verse that's on here, and it says, "Take also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and spelt." All right, and those are the 6 main ingredients, grains in this bread. All right, so let's go on to some other things that pop out in this packaging here. It's organic bread, which is good. It's non-GMO, which means non-genetically modified organisms. So we don't want anything genetically modified, anything made in a lab in our bodies for optimal nutrition and optimal health. So that's another perk. And also another big thing, it says Food for Life. That's the company that makes this bread here, Food for Life. So that's the bread, the packaging on the main thing. So there's one more thing here, flourless bread. Now what is flourless bread? And I thought all bread was made from flour. Well, apparently this bread is made from, also it says here, it follows up, it says sprouted grain bread. And the sprouting process basically is where the grains are put in water, and in doing so, you get maximum enzymatic action, and the vitamins and minerals in the bread are optimal so your body can utilize it, and the assimilation of proteins and carbohydrates in the bread is also optimal. So that's what the sprouting process is all about. Sprouting process is all about, and it's a lot more beneficial to the body. All right, so let's look at something else here under the packaging here. Non-glyphosate. Glyphosate is a common herbicide that is used on crops. So this has doesn't have any glyphosate on the grains. And also the glycemic index. Now the glycemic index is basically a rating system for carbohydrate foods and how quickly they elevate your glucose levels, which is your blood sugar levels. And ideally, you want your glycemic index to be low, which would be below 55. And the scale, different foods have different glycemic indexes, and it can range in from 0 to 100. So you want yours to be below 50, and this one is 36. So that's a good thing. All right. So let's talk about some other numbers, if you will. It has 18 out of 20 amino acids. All right. It contains all nine of the essential amino acids that you need, and those are the amino acids that you have to acquire from your diet. There's 20 slices of bread in this package. Each slice contains 80 calories. 15 of those calories come from carbohydrates with no sugar, and the other 5 calories come from, let me read here. 15 grams of carbohydrates in each slice, and 5 grams of protein from each slice. So the 15 grams and the 5 grams in each slice will give you the 80 calories. So that's another great thing to know here. All right, so what are my thoughts about this bread here? One thing you'll know about the bread, also one more thing, I had a whole thing to hold in the bread. No preservatives. Now this bread, when you go shopping for this bread, you're not gonna find it where you find most breads in the store. You're gonna find this in the freezer section because it has no preservatives. And anybody that knows anything about bread, those bread will spoil quickly if you don't eat it in a homemade bread in a timely manner. So this has no preservatives, which is a plus for health. Also, what you'll notice when you go into your grocery store, this bread is not cheap, all right? I wouldn't say it's expensive, but it's not cheap. It's going to be more than your traditional breads because you're paying for a quality product. So it's not cheap, and at the same time, say it's not expensive. So you get what you're paying for, right? And this bread comes in 4 other varieties. This is the basic, the plain model, if you will. They have sesame seeds, they have cinnamon raisin, they have flax, and also they have non-sodium. So this is your basic Ezekiel 4:9 bread. But my thoughts of this bread are, when you open up the packaging, it looks good, smells good, and it tastes good. So that's important for anything, any food that you eat. It has to look good, smell good, and taste good. But also important, it feels good. It feels good from the time you eat it during the digestion process. It does feel good throughout the whole digestion process. And beyond that, it makes your body feel good while you're performing. And that's important. The food is supposed to give you energy so that you can perform. So you have optimal nutrition, you're going to get optimal performance out of it. So looks good, smells good, tastes good, and feels good. So that sounds good to me. How does that sound to you? So let me know what you think. About this Ezekiel 4:9 bread. Have you tried it? And if you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it. And you could always send me some feedback on what you think about this bread. So that's it for Kev's Workout. Until next time.